It is Thursday, October 9th. It is time to get in the weeds. I'm Jeremy Lambert. That is SP3. And we have no dynamite to talk about today. It was a drowsy, just down Wednesday. No wrestling on a Wednesday. I see people already in the chat mention that they've been thrown off this week. Same here. I thought yesterday was Thursday. I think today is Friday. Kids don't have school tomorrow either, so like that really makes me think that it's Friday today, but it is only Thursday, folks. It is only Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. SP3, how you doing?
I am doing well. I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels a little off with Dynamite this week. It's not only that, not only is Dynamite was on Tuesday this week, I did AE Ramble yesterday. So my whole morning was off. I'm like thinking at 8 a.m. I have to turn on SmackDown and stuff. Like it took me like 3 hours to start the day as I'm doing my work shift to realize that it's Thursday and not Friday. But
I'm
glad I'm not alone.
I'm so upset that WWE decides to be in Australia and do these early shows tomorrow, Saturday, and Monday because the kids have off school Friday and Monday. So it's like, oh, get to sleep in. Nope. WWE's like, nope. Get your ass up at 8 o'clock and watch our wrestling show, you wrestling writer. That's why I can't stand wrestling. These dumbass times that they decide to air these shows. I get minimal amount of sleep in time, and they got to ruin it on 2 days that the kids are for school. Really 3 because they're doing a Saturday show at 8. The weekends is usually a sleep in time as well. No, maybe Sunday I can sleep in. Maybe, you know.
No.
Then I got to watch TNA at night. So like
You're screwed either way. And then Monday morning you got Raw and you got New Japan.
Yeah, that's true. Monday is New Japan as well. That's going to be a long evening. Just Sunday night TNA, Monday morning with New Japan, and then just basically staying up right through Raw, and then this show. Monday, I'm going to be a zombie.
I'll fill in
folks.
for you on Monday. I'll fill in for
You're
you.
You're going to watch New Japan as well. You're going to be a zombie too.
No, I'm not. Because I won't be watching Raw.
Oh, you're sleeping Raw. Fair.
No, I'll probably. Let me see. I never checked. I meant to check it earlier. What time the New Japan show actually starts on Monday morning? Because it always varies. Especially like the weekdays, it's usually pretty good. Where it starts at like
it's
5 a.m.
It's 3.
Yeah,
it's
damn 3. It. So it's definitely going to be done before Raw.
It'll be done before Raw. Maybe I can get like an hour of sleep.
An hour before Raw starts.
Yeah, because 3, it's gonna go. It's a 4-hour show. You know, it's going every bit of 4 hours. It's a New Japan.
It's going
major
3.5 to 4 hours. 3.5 is if you are watching New Japan show when the final bell rings. That's the 3.5 hour show. The extra 30 minutes is the post match promo in the ring, the post comments backstage, Walker and Chris talking about what's coming up next. Like that's the final 30 minutes.
It's going 4 hours. It always goes 4 hours. They can't help themselves but to go 4 hours for these main shows. So yeah, Bound for Glory will end at about 11. Then I can maybe get a few hours of sleep before New Japan. I skipped the first couple of matches. Like I don't need to watch those. Although Tanahashi might be in one of the first matches for this show, so I might actually need to. So maybe I'll get a couple hours of sleep from 11 to 3, and then 3 to 7 watch New Japan. I'm not gonna sleep during that hour. I'm just not. And then watch Raw from 8 to 10. Do this show at 10. And then maybe Monday afternoon, I can rest a little bit. Maybe. That's debatable.
I'm tired just talking about this. Like, this just made me really tired. Like, Jesus.
My wife is like, what is happening? Because she turns her alarms off when we don't have weekday school. There's like, oh good, don't have to get up at 6 o'clock. And I'm like, yeah, I still got to get up at 8 on Friday and Monday to watch SmackDown and Raw. She's like, oh, well, that's bullshit. And now, like, I told her there was New Japan on Monday, but she's forgetful, and like, I don't blame her, especially with these New Japan shows. But doing this show now, she's listening. I'm like, yeah, there's New Japan on Monday, and she's like, what is this? What is this bullshit that you're about to pull
I
on
wake up
Monday?"
at 3 a.m. to see the homie Yuto Ice. Yuto Ice,
Like, uh,
man.
it's
Hottest star
gonna.
in Japan right now.
I mean, he is. I do like the Yuto Ice. I don't need to be waking up at 3 a.m. with all this wrestling, though. There's too much. Just stop wrestling. Just knock it off. No more. No more wrestling. Support this wrestling show. Leave a thumbs up on the video. That helps us out. Donate a super chat. Get your question, comment, statement read on the air. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done all of that, folks. We are still working. We're still working on getting our podcast feed fixed. We are in contact with the folks over at Simplecast to try to get everything fixed up there. It's a process. I apologize to everybody. Maybe you're listening to this. Maybe you're not. Maybe you've just given up on the show because we have no podcast feed, and we haven't had a podcast feed for like 2 weeks now. But hopefully people are going to YouTube and actually looking at it through YouTube. But if not, hopefully once we return to your podcast feed sooner rather than later, I hope, then you will continue to support us. So, and leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a super chat, get your question, comment, statement read on the air. Yuto Ice, you gotta watch Piledriver Finisher. You gotta watch New Japan if you don't understand the Yuto Ice. All right?
Yuto Ice, man. I think it's mostly because a lot of like the success stories of like 2025 are people that a majority or minority of the fans like gave up on or criticize, and they just have been able to turn it around. Like David Finlay, I feel like has been one of the MVPs of the year for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he's been given up on multiple times, kind of like his dojo mate Jay White, who has been counted out a whole bunch of times, including now that he's injured in AEW. But don't count that man out because he always comes back, just like David Finlay has, to become one of the best overall performers in New Japan Pro Wrestling. People said he was like a Jay White clone, or dressed like a mixture of Jay White and Evil when he first became the Bullet Club leader, but he's come into his own and become one of the best. And Yuto Ice, when Yuto Nakashima, I'm not gonna joke. I'm not gonna front. I did not like that kid. I was like, that kid will never be a star. He had the little kid and play haircut, little mini like fade fro type haircut, and he just looked awkward in the ring. His body wasn't like in shape or anything like that, and so I was like, yeah, he's not going to be a star. I was like, Bolton Oleg, he looks like a star. I was like, Oscar Lobe, he's got the look. Yuto Ice, he was kind of like the last of them all when it came to that dojo class. And for him to go on excursion, come back from excursion, and be someone completely different, we haven't seen this type of transformation since, what was his name? Kamatishi left New Japan to go on excursion and then came back to ticking time bomb Hiromu Takahashi.
New Japan, King of Pro Wrestling. It is this Monday. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Joel's not going to talk about it tomorrow, so we're not going to talk about it tomorrow. Where are you at on Takeshita and Zack Sabre? I feel like we both think it's Takeshita, but I'm getting a little concerned. There seems to be some momentum towards Zack, especially after they announced this tag team title match with Okada and Takeshita against Brodido for Wrestle Dream. Oh yeah, I've seen like people are like, oh well, Zack is definitely winning now because Okada doesn't lose, and then Takeshita, they don't want him to lose if he's the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. So people are saying that, well, they won't put the title on Takeshita so he can basically take the pin in this match against Okada. But where are you at on it right now?
I haven't heard all of that. Whenever I hear stuff that apparently is conversation on timeline, I'm like, thank God I take care of my timeline. Because that's just stupid. Like nothing to do, anything going on like AEW wise, I think has no kind of dictation on what's going on in New Japan. I think New Japan, the reason why in the Japanese fan base of New Japan, why there's momentum for Zack Sabre Jr. to win is because one, the fans out there don't really accept Takeshita as one of their own. They actually accept Zack as one of New Japan more than Takeshita, who was brought up in the DDT dojo and is contracted to AEW. He feels like an outsider. So I've heard that from the Japanese fan base. Also, I've heard from the Japanese fan base is the fact that this show on next Monday is Hiroki Goto's return, and it's the one of the big factors is when Hiroki, because we know that Hiroki Goto is going to get another opportunity at the IWGP title either before this year or at the Tokyo Dome. It just depends on when. Are you going to do him? Is he going to be the challenger at the Tokyo Dome? So if Takeshita wins, you can have your all Japanese main event like you did back in 2023. Or 2024, excuse me. Are you going to have Zack win so we can have the third match between Goto and Zack either this year? They can have all three of their matches in this one calendar year before the winner goes on to the Tokyo Dome to verse whoever they decide to be the number one contender. So that, I feel like that is a bigger factor than anything going on AEW wise for why Zack might beat Takeshita on Monday.
I don't buy that Gato is booking around AEW or that AEW is booking around New Japan because, one, I'm not sure if Tony knows if Takeshi is going to win the title or not.
No, so he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. The only time that Tony was aware of lately of a major New Japan title change was when Moxley won the title.
Yeah, I don't know if, again, Tony is like, oh, well, I can't book this match because Takeshi is going to win the title, or I better protect this match because Takeshi is not going to win the title. I have no idea how clued in really either of them are. And I don't know if Gato knew, like, oh, he's going to book this tag team match. I got to put the title on him so he doesn't lose this match, or I can't put the title on him because he's going to lose this match. I don't know how much they know of the creative process for each other. Obviously, when they're working together, they're collaborating and they get on the same page, but they're running two separate promotions right now. And so I don't know how much, again, they're clued in on who's going to win what matches on that. So yeah, I don't really buy that. Your point about Goto is good of, yeah, are they going to run back Goto and Zack Sabre Jr. at either later this year or at Wrestle Kingdom? It feels like they would hold off to do that at Wrestle Kingdom, or do they run Takeshita and Goto at Wrestle Kingdom? You know, we talked about Tsuji.
Power Struggle.
Yeah, Power Struggle is next. Or do they run, Tsuji at Wrestle Kingdom against whether it be Zack, whether it be Goto, whether it be Takeshita? Do they run that? So yeah, I thought it was going to be Takeshi. I thought that made the most sense, but yeah, there's the momentum now for Zack to where I'm like, oh, maybe Zack does retain. I don't know if he walks into Wrestle Kingdom as the champion, but maybe he does and defends it for a second straight year, and we shall see on there. Yeah. But it momentum's definitely picked up for Zack to where I'm a little bit more uncertain of whether or not Takeshi is actually going to come away with that title. They haven't announced the Wrestle Dynasty yet. I don't know if they will. I'm trying to think when Wrestle Dynasty was announced last year. Let's look this up. AEW NJPW announces Wrestle Dynasty. I apologize if my keyboard clacking is too much. Oh boy, they announced that a lot. They announced that in June. They announced it at Forbidden Door last year. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get it this year. We're already months past. Forbidden Door has passed as well, so
it's not happening. This is the same thing that I had to go through with shout outs to the homie Sanal, who's always wondering when New Japan is coming to the UK. But I had to go through the same conversation with her when Royal Quest wasn't announced by Royal Quest wasn't announced by Forbidden Door or before Forbidden Door. I was like, thing. I was like, I didn't think. I told her early in the year because I was like, when Tanahashi was advertised for Forbidden Door as his last appearance in the UK, I was like, doesn't sound like they're doing Royal Quest.
Yeah, they're not traveling to America. They're just, I don't know if they can run 2 dome shows either.
No,
even with some AEW talent, I don't know if they can do 2 dome shows at this
It's
point.
not
So.
gonna it's not gonna be sustainable, and you're selling so many tickets for the Wrestle Kingdom event due to Tanahashi's retirement. If you ran a second show, that would take away from the specialness of that show. And I'll be honest with you, like I think that you're always gonna have to compare the two shows if there's two Tokyo Dome shows, and this year Wrestle Kingdom was the lesser of the two shows between that and Wrestle Dynasty. So I think they're trying to. I think if they spread it out, like they don't do it every year, they do it like every couple of years, every 2-3 years of the two dome shows. I think that makes it a little bit more special, where people are like, "Oh, I gotta take advantage." This is like a leap year. This is like February 29th. I gotta do something on this date, or I don't get another chance to go or do something on this date for another 4 years. It needs to be like that with the two domes.
Who do you think Tanahashi's final opponent is?
If Suji is not in the main event, he faces Tanahashi. If
Okay.
it's not Suji, then I would go with Yuya Uemura.
And Tanahashi's made it seem like it's someone from his past more
Mm-hmm.
than someone who might be the future. And so that's, of course, got people talking of Okada, Nakamura, Styles. I don't think it's going to be any of them.
I don't think it's
Okada
going to be anybody from WWE, so I don't think it's going to be Nakamura or Styles.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But people are trying to talk themselves into that.
Maybe Suzuki comes back.
Okay. Okay. I prefer someone if it is more towards the eye of the future. If it is someone like Suji or Uemura, like no offense to Nakamura, Okada, any of those guys. Styles would be fun just because it's been
Yeah.
so long, and Nakamura as well. Honestly,
Yeah, Styles and Nakamura would be awesome, but I don't see it happening due to WWE and their relationship. I mean, Naito is the one that I did hear this as well, and I immediately thought, I was like, has to be Naito. I was like, that's one that's been away for a while that they can bring back. They don't have to worry about AEW connections or anything. He's a freelancer now. I think that would be a fun one to do, and I think it would. Regardless of who is his opponent, it doesn't really matter because this show is going to get like 30,000-40,000 in the dome because it's Tanahashi's final matchup. But I think that Naito would fit the build. I think the best option is Okada. Okada is his greatest opponent. Okada is his greatest rival. So
need Okada showing up AEW style Okada, just like working a half speed Tokyo Dome match against Tanahashi, just doing the bitch stuff, flipping him off, just going through the motions out there. Like you think you're getting Tokyo Dome Okada? I'm like, nah.
No.
You're getting Daly's place Okada. He's work the pace that he wants to work out here. That's
Dictate the pace. Okada. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah, maybe it's Jericho. Maybe it's the Painmaker.
Oh, please, dear God, no. Please, dear God, no. Maybe it's Moxley, so he can finally get a win over Moxley.
Yeah.
Osprey comes from neck injury. He does the opposite. He does the opposite of Gabe Kidd, and he has his first match back in New Japan, even though he's AEW contracted.
Is Kenny a possibility? I mean, he's a possibility.
Kenny is a possibility. Yeah. Spoiler alert: he is on a show this week. So
yeah. So I'm gonna spoil all of Collision here shortly, so don't worry about it.
No worries.
Yeah, I feel like Kenny is a possibility as well. It's not Aaron Wolf. I see RP Jesus.
They can finally pay off on the video they did and do Tanahashi and Kenny versus the Bucks.
Tanahashi's working a singles as his last match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's not working a tag. Maybe he does what's the New Year Dash? They just do tag matches. Like, oh, that was Okada or Tanahashi's final match. And it's like, nah, just return for one more match at New Year Dash.
They're gonna do the Joshi gimmick where he faces the entire roster in 1 minute time limit matches.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I find it humorous. I will say.
I don't like that. Like, oh, let's face everybody. Like, all right, sure. Yeah, not a fan of that. Just face one person. Just do one match. Can he face? You know who it should be.
Oh no! Please, dear God, no! You know that you shouldn't joke like that because this is actually an option. Because that has been the story
Yeah.
of this final year is him feuding with the House of Torture.
That's right.
Oh dear God, please don't do this to Tanahashi.
That's right. Evil getting the big victory in Tanahashi's final match.
Please don't do this. There's too much good talent on this roster. Like, come on.
Oh, all right, hear me out, SP3.
No, I won't. No, I'm good. I'm good. We're gonna move on. We're gonna
hold on. Let me get my idea out there.
No, I don't want to.
The people want this. The people want this idea. Everybody leave an evil in the chat if you want my idea. Look, there's already people doing it. I didn't have to tell them. They want this evil idea so badly. And even before I state it, they say, yes, we want to hear Jeremy's great idea for evil. Look at this. Look at all the support for Evil. Evil faces Tanahashi in Tanahashi's retirement match, right? Evil gets the victory, obviously. Obviously, he gets the victory. Main event. Pick who you want. Goto, Tsuji, Takeshita. Doesn't matter. Main event. They win it. Let's say Tsuji. Tsuji's a good pick because he'd be a first-time champion. Tsuji wins the title. Here comes the GOAT, Evil. Both have 4 letters. Evil's like, I want that match now. And Tsuji, being a fighting champion, is like, yeah, I'll give you this match. We will defend this title right now. I'm going to prove that I can carry New Japan. Evil against Tsuji, the real Wrestle Kingdom main event, right? Tsuji's got this win. He hits the Gene Blaster and everything. And then the House of Torture starts running in because of course they do. Naito returns in this spot. He helps Tsuji. It's a big LIJ reunion. Great LIJ reunion. And then all of a sudden, a man with a... let me get the hood figure up here. I knocked my headphones off. Comes down with the hood on. He's got a knife and he's stabbing everybody. And who is it? The GOAT jacking off all over the Tokyo Dome. Jack Perry reunites with the House of Torture to help Evil win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And the Tokyo Dome Wrestle Kingdom 20 closes with Jack Perry and Evil celebrating, standing tall, running New Japan Pro Wrestling. And the crowd goes crazy. Jack Perry and Evil reuniting SP3. That's bigger than Jurassic Express coming back and reuniting. The Evil Jack Off.
I'm glad y'all had fun on that ride. I already knew where I was going. I had to go along on this ride, sit on the back of this bus, and know that we're going to hell. We're going to hell, everybody. He just sent us to hell in a handbasket. I'm pretty sure that Jeremy Lambert hates professional wrestling and wants to have all these promotions torn down with his awful ideas.
I have said this many times. I don't like pro wrestling. People are like, why do you complain about wrestling? Don't you? No, I hate all wrestling equal. I'm very good at my job. I like talking to my friends about wrestling, but I can't stand this dumb sport.
So you try to come up with every idea possible to put this business out of business.
Yeah.
That is what your goal in life is.
I'm gonna destroy
the fact that every idea either ends with Evil as champion or Jack Perry coming back. Regardless of if we're talking about AEW, we're talking about New Japan. Hell, sometimes you bring it up in WWE. I'm done. I'm over this. I'm just convinced you want all of these okay, they're not good. All of these individuals, these talented individuals to lose their job. I'm convinced. I'm convinced at this point. And I just wanna I'm gonna put a disclaimer. I'm gonna do a live disclaimer every time that you tell me you have an idea and you wanna say it out. We're in one of these Tuesday, Thursday episodes. I'm gonna put out the disclaimer and be like, all you people in the chat, all you people watching on demand, if you are going along for this ride and you think that Jeremy is taking you to any place good, then you are also culpable of what he is doing. He is trying to destroy pro wrestling, and you're just an enabler. You're allowing him to do it by encouraging these awful ideas.
So Jack Perry, Evil, and they get a third SP3 because they need a third. I know House of Torture is around. We love the House of Torture around here. But they need a real veteran of this group as well. 2 veterans, actually. 2 people who know how to make great television and how to make money. Listen to this, stable. Listen to this, okay? J cubed and E. Jack, Jeff, Jericho, and Evil. The new horseman, the new evolution. J cubed and E. I don't know if that quite rolls off the tongue, you know what I mean? But we'll workshop that a little bit. The new horseman, though. Think about that, SP3. This is way better than Bullet Club. Who cares about that? That's the group to lead New Japan into the future. That is the group to lead professional wrestling into the future. Throw your 4s up, SP3. Not for the Horsemen. Throw your 4s up for Jeff, Jack, Jericho, and Evil.
Chris Jericho, 54 years old.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett is 58 years old.
Yeah.
And Evil is he is they don't have Evil's age because he's ageless. He's an ageless wonder. He's an ageless wonder. No, he is 38 years old. So he's the youngest out of those 3. And Jack Perry's in his 20s. So outside of Jack Perry, there's no future for this group. They're 50. They are 100 and they're 111 years old between the 3 veteran leaders of this group.
Hold on. There is a future, because how old did you say Jeff Jarrett was?
58.
Okay, and how old is Evil?
38.
Okay, what's the difference there?
20 years.
Jeff Jarrett's still going strong at 58? 20
He's not
years.
going strong. That is a lie. Don't lie to. Yeah, I'm okay with you trolling me, but don't lie to me and say that he's going strong.
He's got a job.
Say exactly. Say that.
Does he have a job?
Don't lie
Is he
to
making
me
money?
Don't lie to me. I think I deserve an apology for you saying going strong. Like you misspoke. Say I misspoke. He has a job.
He's going strong in my book. He's going strong in my book. Still got a job. Still collecting a paycheck. Still on television every month.
R-Truth, still going strong.
Sure.
We're still going strong.
Jeff Jarrett is the longest reigning, undisputed, greatest Texas Chainsaw Massacre champion of all time. Who else has that claim? Literally nobody. Literally nobody else has that
Christopher
claim.
Daniels, still going strong. We still see him on TV.
Now, he's actually retired, though.
But no, we still see him on TV. Still going strong. He wrestled in 2025. Still going strong.
All right. Then he's still going strong.
Dick Togo, still going strong.
I agree. You should always want your dick to go strong.
Toriano, still going strong.
Yes. Also agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Toriano would be great in this group, too.
No.
Jerry Lynn, also still going strong.
Still going strong. Billy Gunn, still going strong.
Billy Gunn would be amazing in this group.
El Macias, still going strong.
Is that the dude
Alberto El Patron, still going strong.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ric Flair, still going strong.
Still going strong. He's alive. He's alive.
He is alive. Hulk Hogan, not going strong.
Not going strong. Yes. Not going strong.
Not going strong.
It's ridiculous. This is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Scott, still going strong.
Factual WrestleMania main eventer.
Still going strong. Relationship between WWE and Travis Scott, still going strong. I just saw it on Unreal. I just saw it.
His song is still used on Raw.
It's still used on Raw. Still going strong.
Still going strong.
That blunt is still lit. That blunt is still lit.
My point being, 20 years between them. That's 20 more years of evil. And
it's not. No, it's not. Just because he went as long don't mean that evil is.
And at 78, Jeff Jarrett will still be going strong.
Still going strong. That's what we need to start titling our episodes of In the Weeds. This episode would be Still Going Strong.
Still going strong, folks. The Rock, he's still going strong. Just wait.
So Stone Cold Steve Austin, still going strong. Right into the barricade
right into,
where that lady was still.
I can't wait for The Rock to return at the Saudi Rumble and just rip up all their plans. Like, what idea do you have? No. We ain't doing that bullshit.
All of this. What is it just me? Or like I said this yesterday to Jimmy. I want to see if you get it too, because you're more tapped in on like different stuff.
After this conversation,
I was gonna say I mean in regards to YouTube videos, not in regards to a booking pen. But have you been seeing this lately? Because I've noticed it very much this week, but I've been seeing more and more people, like content creators, doing videos about like how they're falling out of love with WWE and how fans hate Triple H. Like, and you know me, you do a show with me twice a week. I've been saying this since like last year.
You've been driving that.
So it felt like I had just been let out of jail and found out that everybody was talking like me. Like it was like, oh, what? I was like, oh my God, I feel so heard. I feel so.
Yeah, you've been driving that one, honestly, doing this show long enough with you. I can confirm SP3 drives that train, bus, whatever you want to call it. All right. I do love the report. I like Body Slam. I like Corey Hayes. I love Cass. But that report of like they see the chatter and they're gonna make changes to the creative, like
it's like Corey, we love you here. Cassidy, we love you here. But guys, y'all should learn from WrestleVote's mistakes. Because remember last year when I first got the indication of what was about to happen, when I was one of the first people, because I remember I always give credit to Luke Owen. At the end of 2024, going into 2025, Wrestle Talk did like a prediction. They do their predictions video, and Luke's prediction was 2025 is going to be the final great booking year for Triple H. And I saw that, and then when we did our like prediction video for 2025 for True Hill Heat, I was like, I'll take you one step further, Luke. 2024 was the last great year for Triple H booking. And I've been saying it for the past 9 months. Every single week, I feel vindicated in seeing the future. I saw the future. I saw it clearly. I saw the signs from last year, but not everybody did, apparently. And now we're getting like the tidal wave of all these months of the little voices that were noticing what's going on with WWE, and then everybody just started noticing it.
Yeah, the whole they see the feedback, changes are coming, and like the big change that was reported was like they're gonna add more people to the creative team. Like, how was that?
Oh my god! Oh yeah, that report. I didn't know which report you're referring to, but that report was, oh my god, these people don't even they don't even think, because they literally, the report says, oh, we're going to make some changes to the creative team. Road Dogg will still be the head creator, but we're going to make changes to everyone around him. I am sorry. If the bus route has been running late and sometimes doesn't show up, I think it is because the bus driver is a drunk and he lost his license and stopped driving sometimes on certain dates to stop at the bar and to have a couple of drinks. I don't think you need to change the tires on the bus to improve that, you idiots. Change the driver.
Okay. I like your analogy. Road Dogg is sober now, and he I don't want to make light of his.
No. That was an analogy. It was an analogy.
I want to clarify that. I want to clarify that was an analogy, and SP3 is not trying to take comments on Road Dogg's sobriety
I'm referring to
or
the
issues.
Bus driver, the figurative bus driver in the analogy.
Yes.
If you think that hit too close to home, that is on you. That's not on me.
I apologize if you're offended. Is that one of those things? I get what you're saying. I don't disagree with what you are saying on that. I don't think adding more people to the creative team or even changing the people around the creative team is like really gonna affect anything. Like, at the end of the day, this is why it's so stupid to do all this. It's the same thing with AEW. It's the same thing anywhere. One person is making all these decisions. If you don't think Road Dogg is good, Triple H is making all these decisions.
Yes.
He can say, no, I think that's a bad idea. I don't know if he needs to micromanage everything and put his hand in everything. There's got to be some trust of like, hey, I trust you what to do. But the overarching decision goes to Triple H. And if he wants to make actual changes, then he's the one that has the power to do that. And he's not going to, though. Look who runs the company. Look who is in charge in the spots in the company. It is all his friends. And it'll continue to be his friends. And nothing's going to change as long as it is his friends in there. So you're going to get what you get. And hopefully they make improvements. Hopefully they make things better in certain aspects. But there's just also things that's probably just not going to improve a whole lot. And again, it's the same thing with any company. Some stuff just, there might be improvements every couple of weeks, but then they fall back into the same pattern. It's all cyclical, right? Like WWE was hot a couple years ago. Now there's a little bit of a downturn. with things. I think AEW is doing well for the most part. There's also some stuff that can be improved. And as we talked about on Tuesday, it's all dying anyway because we've been lied to for years about what the numbers are, and everything is going down. Even attendance numbers are down. 30,000? No, it was only 23,000 for All In. Everything's a lie when it comes to wrestling. Bound for Glory, they were going to outdo Slammiversary? Nope, they can't outdo Slammiversary. They're going to get this new television deal, this new platform that they're going to be on. Yeah, announce it. What's it going to be?
And you're starting to see that even with WWE, like the buildings that they used to get, the full packed house sellout, it's down to like they were getting 15,000 last year, they're getting 10,000 this year. It's slowly trekking back to just a regular ground for WWE. It seems
they have a month, but they haven't like immediately sold out Cena's last appearance in Boston. You thought that would have been a pretty easy sellout for them, and they couldn't do that, at least on initial on sale. I think they'll probably get there. You know, the hype will get higher, and people will be like, oh, I want to see John for one last time and everything, but they couldn't do it at this point. So yeah, things have died down, and it'll probably turn back up at some point. You know, that's what happens. Something will catch fire, and it'll be like, oh, wrestling's hot again. But for right now, it's a little bit of it in a downturn.
Yeah. I do like the WWE content creators who are like, because WWE is having a down period, they're like all of wrestling is having a down period, which most of the time, yeah, that is true. Like if the market leader is having a down period, then yes, the rest of the market will go like that. But WWE is not having a down period in regards to business too much. They're having a down period in regards to quality. So that doesn't mean just because their quality is not good, that doesn't mean every other wrestling promotion's quality is not good. I find that funny. That I just found it hilarious how many videos I saw this week or like pop up on my timeline in regards to this conversation. So I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, D Porticus has been on Spotlight before. We had him on.
Yes. Yeah, I actually watched his video yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, we hit him on like right when he was first getting into WWE and discovering it, and he's been basically chronicling his journey through these videos. And yeah, he was somebody who did one of those videos. I'm not gonna lie, I don't listen to a lot of these content creators. People know that from me. I'm not saying anything that I haven't said before. I like D Porticus, nice dude. He was cool when he was on our show. I just saw his thumbnail and I've seen his tweets because we follow each other and stuff. And I've seen other people. I don't know who these other people are. The thumbnails that I've seen, but I've seen it. It's been a thing, and understandably so. WWE, again, they're just, some of the stuff that they're doing right now isn't great. Whether it's what's on the television show as far as stories and matches, or it's how the show is presented, because I know a lot of people don't fully like that, and I don't disagree with kind of the presentation of a lot of things, or it's the other stuff they're doing, whether it's bringing back Brock or going to Saudi for WrestleMania or associating with Trump. Like there's plenty of reasons you can point to of why certain things in WWE ain't working right now.
I think it's mainly why we're seeing so much of it and why it's become such a prevalent conversation within the community is because I feel like a lot of the community were fooled. I think they were fooled to believe that Triple H was the dawn of a new era, that Triple H would do things differently from Vince McMahon. And that's why from the very beginning, anytime I've been on a podcast and I talk about Triple H, I always try to remind people, like, who taught him what he's doing? Who was his teacher? So, like, this shouldn't be a surprise that he's doing a lot of the things that Vince McMahon had got called out for and had people complaining about the product for. And he's leaned into that in 2025. The first indication was that Raw on Netflix, where that was right out of the Vince McMahon playbook of, hey, let's pat ourselves on the back. We're doing so great. This is a great moment for us. You cheer us in our accomplishments and you give us money. and we're all great. And here's a star from 1998. And here's another star from 1998 patting a star from today on the back. You see, that's the rub. Here's The Rock. He's gonna get involved in the Solo and Roman stuff, and he's gonna son our WWE champion, who's just in the crowd and not even on the show. Here's The Undertaker. He's gonna give the stamp of approval to Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley always wanted to do. Remember that conversation of, oh, this was an honor for Rhea. Rhea Ripley always wanted to do this. Rhea Ripley really wanted to do this. Why are you upset? It wasn't that big of a deal. No, it was a big deal. Y'all just didn't want to admit it at the time, but this was it. I felt like at that time I felt like that was bigger than what people were making it out to be, because like the show overall was very much out of the Vince McMahon playbook. But that right there, like The Rock showing up, Triple H being on the show, we had gotten used to that. Undertaker coming out of nowhere just to come out to steal some of the spotlight from Rhea Ripley, that was the indication to me that WWE is going back to nostalgia farming. This was nostalgia farming at its best, where we want to make it seem like the Undertaker is giving the rub to Rhea, when in actuality, it's Rhea who's this cool, mega, current WWE star giving the rub to this old bastard riding a bike still at 59 years old. Instead of, he wants to be the Undertaker still instead of under Michelle McCool for some reason. I don't know.
Undertaker's still going strong.
Still going strong. Good guy. Good, nice guy. I feel bad now when I badmouth the Undertaker, because I actually got to talk to him and he wasn't that bad.
I still don't think that was as big of a deal as you've waxed here.
I said it was a sign. It was a
sign.
I
know. I get it.
It was an indication of what we were getting, and that's what this year has been about. This year has been about the John Cena retirement tour, which they have actively gotten wrong. That's going to be remembered. Like, how do we remember WCW for the Sting and Hogan booking? How we remember like Vince McMahon and all the many times he botched the storyline. That is the real one where it started the floodgates, is Triple H botching the John Cena retirement tour. That started the floodgates of the fan base turning on Triple H.
Yeah, it started. I mean, he started it with Jey Uso winning the Rumble, and then, but that was part of botching the John Cena retirement tour. Honestly, is they had Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble when everybody's like, why doesn't John Cena just win the Rumble? And then it got
remember worse. It was like Jey Uso was not even in the conversation. We made up scenarios for John Cena. We made up scenarios for CM Punk to win, for Roman Reigns to win. Having Jey Uso win 1 week after he just lost to the guy he's gonna face at WrestleMania, that was just, hey, I'm gonna swerve you for the sake of swerve. That was not even a Vince McMahon move. That was a Vince Russo move by Triple H.
The shows seem like a little just uninspired right now. Like the vibe of the shows. Like some of the matches are good. Some of the stories are fine. Like I can get into certain stuff, but the vibe of the show is, you know what I've grown to really dislike is the let me show you everybody walking in to start the show. It's like I don't care that these people, this is not an NBA game. I don't need the arrivals here. I don't watch that stuff when it comes to NBA anyways. Like, okay, just get to the show, just get to the game. Give me the tip off out here. I don't need to see, oh, earlier today, here's Penta arriving. Here's CM Punk arriving. Like, no, what happened to the big pyro to start the show?
Do the intro video. We haven't had an intro video in years, it feels like.
Yeah, like it's a little thing that just like annoys me when it comes to these shows. And it's worse on the PLEs. Because the PLEs is when you would think like, yeah, this is when do the big intro video, do the big pyro, and it's like, nah, we got to do like the wide shot of the arena, and here's again arrivals, Joe Tessitore, Michael Cole, welcome into the show. It's like, you are not sports. I know you want to be sports, but you are not sports in this way. You are entertainment. Okay, do some. You make that very clear a lot of times that you're more entertainment than sports entertainment, but give me the big pyro. Give me the over the top stuff. That's pro wrestling, not arena entrances. That walking into the arena. Like, all right, who cares? That's just a little thing that, like, I'm sure a lot of people maybe don't care about. Maybe it doesn't fully influence
it's
the
a part
show.
of the programming and presentation, which has gotten very stale and predictable with WWE. And like it's the fact that we're now grading Triple H on Triple H. And that's the issue,
Yeah,
because when he first came into power in 2022, you remember the back half of 2022? His first show, Bailey's back. EO's back. We got damage control here. Hey, we got a big Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns matchup where he's gonna flip the ring and there's a forklift at the end and stuff. Then that went into Clash Clash at the Castle where he had Gunther and Sheamus having an all-time banger. Had Solo come from NXT to the main roster to help Roman beat Drew McIntyre. They have the central figure of the bloodline, and Sami Zayn's getting more evolved, and everything's driving from there. He was able to improve upon the Judgment Day. And then on top of all of those things, he was just throwing us with these new signings or re-signings every week. Hey, Bronson Reed's here. Tommaso Ciampa's here. Johnny Gargano's back. Karrion Kross is here. It was just one after the other where it made WWE television unpredictable again. You had that unpredictable feel of when you're watching it, you don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso? What's going to happen? Is Roman going to turn on Sami this week? Is Sami going to turn on Roman this week? Oh, now Kevin Owens is involved. Oh, the Judgment Day over here. Dirty Dom, boo him. He's going to jail this week. He's doing this to his father. They had so many different things going on in 2022, 2023. Then they had the road to WrestleMania 40. The Rock is back. So everybody's watching again. And not only is The Rock is back, he's not doing his, let me just check through my catchphrases. Hey guys, I'm out of here. Let me beat up some lower card jabroni on the roster. He's dealing with the top stars in the company. We're finally getting him to interact with the tribal chief version of Roman Reigns. We're getting him to interact with Cody Rhodes, with Seth Rollins, with Paul Heyman. It was just, everything just felt hot. It felt alive. And even towards the end, they were able to ride off that momentum after WrestleMania because they had the new bloodline. It was like the final chapter of the bloodline is we have now Solo is taking over, and he's trying to be the little brother who all the parents are away, and now he's going to act like he's the boss, even though Big Brother's just asleep upstairs. That was a cool story to kind of drive everything, and it's still the bloodline, and he was able to create drama with the Judgment Day and them turning on Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, the Rhea Liv Dom three-way story, love triangle storyline, and then CM Punk and Drew McIntyre fell into his lap. It happened by accident. It happened because Drew delivered a future shock DDT, Punk got injured, and he was able to keep the rivalry going on social media and through promos. Drew became a main man. And everything that I just said about all the last 3 years, he's been able to either neutralize this, bring it down a bit, or it's no longer here. The bloodline, it was the season finale was really WrestleMania 40. But if you want to go technically to Triple H, it was really Survivor Series 2024. But he dragged the bloodline a little bit more. Now we got an NWO 2000 version of the bloodline with the MFTs. Roman Reigns feels a hell of a lot more kind of stale as a baby face. They're trying to kind of lean into kind of the heel tendencies that made him a more interesting character, but he's not the vibrant character that he was when he came back last year at SummerSlam. The Judgment Day is nowhere near where they were last year at SummerSlam. There's no bloodline. Cody Rhodes feels stale. Everything about this company just feels very boring and stale. And the one thing that I can give to Vince McMahon, I always either loved or hated a lot of hate towards what he would do, and we would have the Vince McMahon panic button booking. Panic button booking by Vince McMahon used to be some of the funnest times I've ever had as a wrestling fan, because I knew it was either going to be really good, like 1 out of 100 times, but that 99 out of 100 times, it was going to be really bad, and everybody's going to complain about it. Everybody's going to hate it. Oh, this is awesome. Triple H has a plan, and he sticks to it. It's like he's an old person driving on the road. He needs his prescription glasses, and he was like, gotta start Monday Night Raw. And we're going at a glacial pace. We're like, he's trying all of this, and you're like, you haven't even got out the parking position. It's like, yeah, we're gonna get there. It's so slow. Everything just feels so slow with Triple H. He's just too by the numbers. There's no risk at all, and that has made WWE feel homogenized and very boring.
Hit a couple super chats here. Matthew says, change is coming equal WWE new era WWE speak for no change. Yeah. Those reports that come out, just, oh, if this show was down, it was by design because we got this, and this coming up. Oh, they listen to the feedback. They know they're going to make some changes. Like, all right, just do it. Just do it. You know, just put it on the television show. That's one thing I also dislike about this era. And this isn't, I mean, it's on WWE because they're the one like putting these reports out there in some capacity to these people to like, hey, report this. But it's also blatant when, you know, AJ Styles and John Cena are going back and forth on Twitter, and it's like, see, we give you guys what you want. You guys asked for this match. This is what we're going to do. It's like, just do a good television show. Don't tell me like, hey, we're going to do this. Hey, this is what you guys want, right? Yeah, this is what we're going to do. Just do a good TV show. How about that? That's all I'm asking.
But it's not even like they like, hey, we're going to do that. They like literally spit in your face and tell you it's raining. That's what this whole AJ Styles, John Cena thing felt like. Like, I know there's going to be people like, well, I saw like 3 people say they wanted to see AJ Styles and John Cena. So I guess everybody wanted to see AJ Styles and John Cena. Don't get fooled. Don't take the wrong pill when WWE offers you pills, because you're gonna wind up in the wrong place. Don't take pills from anybody, let alone WWE. Sheesh, man, they give you the wrong pill and it just destroys your perception of reality. Because the reality of it is that WWE got heat for not doing anything with AJ Styles at Clash in Paris. John Cena wanted to work with AJ Styles, and then they did the whole thing on social media to drum up some interest from the fans. That was it. It wasn't like hashtag give divas a chance. It wasn't like the Yes movement. It wasn't like Becky Lynch in the main event of WrestleMania. It wasn't like Kofi Mania. That's what they making this sound like. They making it AJ Styles and John Cena would cause a big fan uproar. Because the last time there was a big fan uproar, we got We Want Truth chants, and then we got R-Truth for 3 weeks, and now he's gone. There he goes, and now he's gone.
Follow-up says, Vanilla Fumble.
I'm Vanilla, baby.
So what we call Road Dogg. He is Vanilla, and he's a fumbler who fumbles the ball. And the other Vanilla fumbler.
I'm Vanilla, baby.
Credit boy. Yeah. And Lab Glass says, give me jumping Jeff Farmer over a 20 to 30 minute back and forth. 100%. Forget all these epics and all these, let me do all my moves. Jumping Jeff Farmer, baby. That's where it's at. Santos Escobar's back. He resigned. He said, I want better creative. And they said, here's more money. And he's like, all right, you guys got creative with your monetary offer. I will take that. Is it going to like lead to anything? Do you think he actually gets used more because of this? Are we in for a big Santos Escobar push for the next week or two before they forget about him?
Yeah, for like a month. You get a month. Maybe he can get a AAA push. Maybe he gets a run with the TNA World Championship. I can see all these things happening. I got to see all these things happening. Now, if you think that the push that Santos Escobar is going to make him into a top star or main event player on Friday Night SmackDown, have a bridge in Brooklyn I would like to sell you, because that ain't happening. Santos Escobar, I give him credit because you know he had to really do his due diligence before making this this decision this week to go from exiting the company and his contract expiring on Tuesday to him re-signing on Wednesday. So he had to see what the market was looking like, and when you really look at the market, the only other place he's going to make the same amount of money or close to the amount of money that he's making in WWE is AEW. And if you're looking at AEW and AEW has Santos coming to them and asking, hey, is there interest in me? If I'm Tony Khan, if I'm going to be real and probably a little bit mean, I'm going to be like, dude, I already got a version of you and he's younger. So, yeah, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, and Andrade returning was bad timing for Santos, because if Andrade doesn't return, maybe Tony's like, all right, you know what? Yeah, we got a spot for you. But they just got Andrade in there, and it's like, well, I don't know now.
I don't think we're gonna go there. I don't think we're not interested right now. See what you can do on the independent scene, or see what you can do in Mexico, and maybe we'll come back around. But yeah, it was bad timing for him. Yeah, Andrade is 35. Santos Escobar is 41. He's the youngest looking 41-year-old I've seen in wrestling. He did not look a day over like 31, let alone 41. But yeah, he looks good for his age. He's gonna be happy because he's making more money. I always love when people really kind of look at the free agency market, do their due diligence. I hate when these people, take a lesser deal because WWE is my dream, or if they re-sign with WWE because they're the only one they heard an offer from and their contract is expiring and they don't want to be in the free agency market. They just take whatever offer WWE has. I feel like Santos did this the best out of all the recent people that have been taking it down the line or taking it to the expiration of their deals.
I got no problem with him getting his money. I mean, we talked about it on Tuesday. Like, some people want to be creative, want to get out there, flex their creative muscle. That's what reportedly Santos wanted. And then he got offered some money. And like, maybe they did talk to him about creative. Maybe they were like, hey, you can go to AAA and do this. And maybe on top of the money, he was satisfied enough with that. I don't know what those discussions were. We will see how his creative plays out. We will have tangible evidence of what his creative is, at least for the next couple of months. And then if there is any type of long-term plan with him. But yeah, we shall see if he gets on television coming out of this, whether it be in WWE or AAA, or maybe he attacks Trick Williams at the end of Bound for Glory and we get a Santos Escobar Trick Williams feud moving forward. But he got his money. If he's got good creative on top of that, good for him. If he doesn't have good creative on top of that, then he'll collect his money until, and I don't love saying this, but until they look at the lines on the numbers and are like, we're paying him this much to do what? And then Nick Nemeth just mentioned this today in the interview with Van Vliet. He's like, yeah, they saw those numbers, they saw how much they were paying me, and they saw what they were doing with me. I'm like, yep, he can probably not be here anymore. We don't need a spot for him. Yeah, we don't need a spot for him, and that's that's what happens when it comes to these things. So, again, good on Escobar. I don't suspect it will lead to much of anything. I hope I'm wrong. I hope there is a spot for him. Again, when we talked about on Tuesday, he can be a strong like mid-card heel act who can maybe rise up a little bit above that depending on what you give him and if the crowd starts to work with him on that. But he can be a strong mid-card heel act. I just don't know if they see any of that for him. He could also be a good player in AAA if that's where they want to use him or that's where he wants to go to. I think he can be a top guy in AAA, honestly. Maybe they go there, but we shall see when it comes to Escobar. I know a lot of people have made the comment, the joke potentially of what do they think about Karrion Kross if Escobar did this and they were like with Kross, never mind, no thank you, you don't want to accept our offer after 24 hours, you are now gone, we rescind our offer.
Like, for as much as like us fans, we always say WWE, it's not about the in-ring work. It's all about character, and it's about the story and your mic skills and all of that. I feel like out of all the bookers, I think even maybe slightly more than Tony Khan, I think Triple H does care about the in-ring work. And I think he's shown that by the people who get the big pushes. The people who get the big pushes are usually not the people who are inconsistent or not always the greatest or don't have a bunch of fans of their in-ring work. Like Santos Escobar, for sure he can handle himself in the ring. It's all about if he's able to create that connection with the fans, get that character. And I feel like they had that at the end of 2023 when they did the heel turn with him. But like many things in Triple H era, he did not capitalize on that heel turn very well. I know what you're going to say. Jimmy Uso, The New Day, Chad Gable, the list goes on and on. But yes, we have another one as part of that list, Santos Escobar. They had their chance. I think they kind of missed it, but they can establish him as a consistent and prominent mid-card heel on the SmackDown roster who need mid-card heels. And I don't know about you, if you could get him on a plane this week, I would put Santos in the United States Open Challenge against Sami Zayn, capitalize on all his name being a part of the headlines sooner rather than later.
That would be a good possibility for Santos showing up in Australia and answering Sami Zayn's Open Challenge. I could kind of see that happening because Triple H does like to capitalize on a little bit of buzz when it comes to that. Again, whether the follow-up is always hit and miss, but he's at least good about that the week of like, yeah, we're gonna capitalize on that. Jose saying it's gonna be Grayson Waller. That's a possibility in Australia that it is.
Yeah,
Grayson Waller. It's a possible shout there. And we'll still see when it comes to
should be Zarya.
Escobar. Okay. I'm fine with Zarya and Sami Zayn. They'd have a banger match, honestly.
Hell yeah.
That'd be a great match.
It should be Shane Haste, a.k.a. Slapjack.
As Slapjack, though. No, he should do the...
As Slapjack.
He should do... I mean, I do like Slapjack, but he should do the... what's the Crocodile Hunter gimmick that he never got to do on television? Remember that?
Or he can just be hysterical Shane Haste.
Nobody knows hysterical Shane Haste.
I know hysterical Shane Haste.
He should do the Crocodile Hunter. That was the whole thing. They did that at like dark matches and stuff, and it just never. Maybe it did come to television for like one off. I don't fully remember, but it was definitely a thing for dark matches. Although I would like Slapjack. Just bring back all of Retribution. I think that would be good too. Yeah, I love Retribution. One of the greatest stables of all time. Gone before they got
gone, but not forgotten.
That's right. Dark State is carrying on the legacy.
They're the greatest. Jeremy was gonna say he says the greatest stable of the 2020s. We're halfway through this decade. It's crazy.
It's close. It's close to the greatest stable of this decade. Who else is in the running?
The Bloodline. The Bloodline's the greatest stable of this decade. It just is. Like, come on, man. Yeah, like, I know you troll. I know you joke, but like, let's be serious here. Like, it's obviously the Bloodline. Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, you know who it really is, SP3.
Oh dear God! See, Louis beat you to the punch, so you don't even have to say it.
That's right, and it's gonna soon be. Throw your fours up.
No, it's soon gonna be. Throw your twos up in the chat.
It's gonna soon be the Triple JE. So it's
my God, man! I didn't think he could say anything dumber. Like Zeno Hour said, Dark State stocks will still up. They had an awful match on Tuesday. Oh my God!
I'm not gonna lie,
it sucked.
I offloaded my Dark State stocks.
You got
to after they won.
Dude did like this. He did the leg drop when his leg goes over Jeff's head.
That was hilarious.
He drops the leg. He sells it like he missed it. Jeff sells it like he hit it.
That was legitimately hilarious, though. I love bad wrestling. That ruled.
Oh my God. Like,
that was so funny.
Osiris was not ready. He's not ready.
Now, I sold my Dark State. I was high on them when they came in. I was like, oh, this could be good. I got a little bit of faith. And then the follow up wasn't good. I was like, well, I can't sell low right now. So I sold after they won the NXT tag titles because like this is probably the highest they're gonna get. So I better get out of here right now. I still took a wash on those stocks, unfortunately, but I at least made not as big of a wash as I would have taken if I sold them before they won the NXT tag team titles, or if I tried selling them today. So I got out when I could get out with Dark State.
I thought Dion was all right in the matchup, but Osiris, man, I was worried from the beginning when it was Osiris and Dion. I was like, Cutler's a little bit, he's still green in the ring, but he's a little bit more polished than Osiris. I was like, Saquon's the best member. Why is he not one half of the tag team champions? So it was weird when they made that choice of Dion and Osiris. And Osiris, he had a horrible night. Like, because that's not the only botch. You remember when they tried to go do the Doomsday and he stumbles over? Oh my God. I was like, dude, this is not even a comparison. Like,
I don't know why they can't figure out how to book vigilante groups. It seems very easy, and they just give up after the initial vigilanteism. Like, you can go further than that. It's honestly, again, it's a very simple group to book, whether it be Dark State, whether it be Retribution, whatever chaos causing group you're gonna have out there. It seems pretty simple to book.
No.
But they can't do it. And they can't do it because they're afraid to make them all top guys. And that's the real issue with it, is they don't want any of these people to be top guys. And so when you're doing a group like this, you gotta have somebody who will be at the top of the card, or at least near the top of the card. Maybe you can go with a mid-card title on them, but you at least gotta go there. But the highest they will go will be like a tag team title, if they go tag team titles. And that's why these vigilante groups truly do not work until they decide, like, because if your whole goal is to take over the company and cause chaos and cause dissension and things like that, you got to be higher featured than just, hey, let's feud with a bunch of other lower card acts out there, because that doesn't seem like you're actually accomplishing anything if you're just going to feud with Hank and Tank. No offense to Hank and Tank, but if you're going to feud with Hank and Tank, and who was Retribution? Apollo, right? Apollo Crews. Is it like that doesn't scream? Yeah, like that doesn't scream like, this group here is really out to screw things up and really out to disrupt. It just screams like, yeah, you guys are just a group who are just like stuck in the middle of things.
And it's insane to me because they literally created a template for this group. It was the Shield. Shield debut in a WWE Championship matchup in the main event of Survivor Series 2012. They then took their time to basically give them a backstory, explain why they are here for the next month, and do further beatdowns on the babyfaces before they did their first big debut matchup on a pay-per-view in one of the spotlight matches. They delivered in that. Then they were still involved in the main event picture because they were still kind of viewed as the de facto security team for CM Punk during his WWE Championship run, attacking Ryback, attacking The Rock, attacking all these different legends when they weren't involved in the main event scene, like Randy Orton, like Sheamus, like Big Show. They set up them. 3 former world champions they beat at WrestleMania. Before that, at Elimination Chamber, they beat a trio with John Cena in it and beat them as well when John Cena wanted to squash them. So they knew when to speak up backstage when someone was going to beat them as well. Then they just kept pushing them. Then immediately after WrestleMania, they put titles on them. Gave Ambrose the U.S. title, gave Rollins and Reigns the World Tag Team Championships. They were still involved with the Authority, which was this main stable. They created 3 main eventers by that style of booking. Why is it with Dark State, they were doing a lot of the beginning stuff. They were getting involved with the world champion, getting involved with Obafemi and stuff like that, attacking him. But then when they were getting featured a little bit too much and they didn't want them to get high enough, Jeremy is absolutely right. They started taken them down the card. Now you're just going to beat down Hank and Tank. Now you're just going to beat down random schmuck over here. Now you're involved in a trios feud with the D'Angelo family, which were obviously already showing signs have dissension and they're going to break up soon. So we're just going to use them to give whatever transfer of heat they have remaining to you guys, which wasn't much. Wasn't much. You could tell by their rivalry as well. Wasn't much there. So yeah, all of this, man, Dark State, just give up. Sell the stock. It's over. It's a wrap for that. It's a wrap. It's over. But the show did get better from there. The women's match though, they had botches as well. My God, Mara Sade, you gotta aim, girl. You can't overshoot like that on that moonsault. God damn. Everybody was botching in that matchup. Even the ring announcer, Mackenzie Mitchell, saying team at TNA as well. Sol Ruka looked great in that match. I thought Sol Ruka was by far the best performer in that matchup. But they made they totally sent us a message. When it came down to 3-1 and the only one on Team TNA was the NXT star who's the TNA Knockouts World Champion. I was just like, man, just tell us that the NXT Women's Division is better than the Knockouts Division. I didn't need you to tell me that, but you could have just said that instead of wasting my time with a 23-minute match.
Was it really that long?
It was 23 minutes. Did not need to be that long. It was not good. But thankfully, Mustafa Ali and Ethan Page were here to steal the show. They had arguably the best match on either show. It was Mustafa Ali, man. I don't know how WWE, Shawn Michaels, Triple H don't axe him when his contract is expiring with TNA so we can re-sign you after that performance, because he showed the hell out. And I love the story of the curse and how they played into that with the wire around his ankle. That was sublime storytelling by both guys.
Yeah, that was definitely the best match on the show. Like, not even really close on there. I don't know where Ali, like, if he ends up returning to NXT, or I think he should be featured a little bit more in TNA. And when he came
I'm over it. I'm done. That was a complaint for me like 3 months ago. He should have been TNA World Champion, bro. It should be Mustafa Ali dropping the TNA World Championship to Mike Santana on Sunday. It should not be Trick Williams. I'm over it. Just go back to WWE. Make your money, bro. I'm done. I'm done hoping for more for him from TNA. I gave up. Yeah, it's been 2 years. He should have been world champion right now.
Yeah, when he first came in, he had a lot of buzz, and they did X Division stuff with Mike Bailey, and that was really good. And then he went away, and then when he came back, he's just kind of been there. The Santana stuff was good, and it looked like they were gonna continue to elevate that, but then now Ali's just doing stuff with the System, who I think they're baby faces now. I don't know.
They are baby face. They are. I get this every time I talk about it with anyone but Joe Pearl, because we know, like, they did this very awkward baby face promo turning the baby face.
Yeah, I remember that. That was dumb.
We're gonna stand up for TNA. They got our titles, and we're gonna be baby faces now. Well, really, the babyface turn for Moose was him giving the title and shaking hands with Leon. Yeah. That's Slammiversary. And honestly, System turned babyface before that, because remember, they faced Dark State at Slammiversary, so they were the babyfaces in that matchup.
Yeah, that's when Dark State stocks were very low, because
when they lost.
They lost. They had fourth rope people win, and they were like, nah, Dark State's losing.
That's when you should have sold your Dark State stock.
No, stocks are way too low at that point. You weren't gonna make any money back on that. It couldn't sell right there.
You got Zeno Hour out here with 2-cent stocks. 2 cents.
You couldn't make any money on stocks at that point. That's how I had to wait.
Cardona in the System.
Yeah, they put fourth rope over on that show. How's that been working out for them? That fourth rope invasion coming in. Enzo really came back, and that went somewhere, right, guys? Zilla, he's back doing stuff. I like how they tried to run an invasion angle with Enzo Amore doing bad NWO videos.
WO variants.
Yeah, and they did a pre-show match that went 2 minutes Fourth rope won.
Because their time got cut because Enzo's talked too long.
Yeah. Fourth rope won, and they were never heard from again. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that actually took place. I mean, I understand why they just like don't mention it anymore. Like, yeah, you know what? This never actually happened. Forget that happened. Men in Black, mind flash there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I heard a bunch of people like making the argument that WWE really put over the TNA guys at Showdown with the men's elimination match, which was probably the only other good matchup besides Ali and Paige on the show. I did not see it as that. I saw it as them trying very hard to protect Ricky Saints despite him taking a loss here. I did not see that as them really putting over TNA. I was like, they beat Miles Bourne in like 3 minutes. So he was barely the commentary. Booker T told us that he was a loser and that he shouldn't be here. And then he proved that he's a loser and shouldn't be here. Javon Evans, who's getting a shot at the X Division Championship, he was pinned like 10 minutes after that. So it was 4-2 from there. And then they did a very convoluted and very manufactured dissension and can they coexist thing between Trick and Ricky before Trick walked away and left Ricky to 4-on-1, where Ricky can't hit a finisher on anyone from TNA. He just gets fluke title wins over the international champion and fluke roll-up wins over the international champion and the X Division champion, and then he loses 2-on-1 to the former world champion and the number one contender. That was fun.
Yeah, I don't have strong hopes for this Ricky title reign based on that.
No, I don't. I feel like they just put the title on him so the NXT champion could lose in this matchup because Oba wasn't. I guarantee you, if Oba was in this matchup, he's wiping through everybody.
Yeah, I said the same thing yesterday. I was like, they would not do this to Oba. And you know, when the women won their match for NXT, is like, all right, well, I guess TNA is gonna win the men's match here, and that's what happened. And I think the better call would have been whether Ricky gets DQ'd, him and Trick fight, whatever it might be, or I think it should have been Santana and Trick fight to the back. They both get counted out. You protect both men in that way, and then Ricky can stand tall at the end of the show. And I would have had the TNA women win. I would have had just Kalani win, because you could say TNAA, even though it's an NXT person. You do the dissension for JC and Lola and Soul, because they did that a little bit in the match anyway. But you basically just do the rehab. You flip the script on what they did in the two matches. But they decided to go with, let's have our world champion lose a week after winning the title. And they tried to make him look strong. Like, he took a bunch of finishers and it was 4-on-1 and everything, but it's like, if Oba was in that spot, he would have stacked all four of them dudes. Like, they would not have cared.
He would have wiped through Team TNA. I think that I don't know if that's the right result, what you said. I think that, and especially because you're at the point where you already did the women's matchup, so that's out the way. You had NXT win that one. You didn't want the rejects from the WWE roster to beat your WWE up-and-comers. So I understand the decision for the woman. I would have done it differently, and I would have had, like, Trick accidentally hit Ricky with the trick shot, like he's going for it on Santana, and he hits Ricky off the apron while Ricky's the legal man. Ricky gets counted out. That's how you eliminate him. You don't have him take a pinfall. You had him counted out, but it's because of Trick. Where they wanted it to feel like Ricky is only losing because it's 4-on-1, 3-on-1, 2-on-1, because Trick left out on him. But it really didn't feel like that, because it was 4-on-1 when Trick left him, and he was still able to eliminate half the field. So it didn't feel like Ricky only lost because Trick left him. It felt like Ricky didn't have enough to get through everybody from TNA. Whereas if you have Trick hit him and cause him to be counted out, then it is definitely Trick is the reason why Ricky got eliminated. And then you have Santana pin Trick, because you're not going to do that on Sunday. You might as well do it on Tuesday.
Yeah, if they have Trick win on Sunday, I'm gonna just laugh. That would be the most hilarious outcome. So I fully expect it to happen because, you know, TNA can't help themselves, man. They just cannot help themselves. Love that Trick might win. Look, Santana, I would not say 100%, Eric. I hope you're right. I hope Santana wins.
Right.
But 100%? 100%? You can't say anything when it comes to TNA. 100%. This is TNA we're talking about. Joel's a coward, by the way. You know, we're doing a bet, SP3. He's very adamant that Team 3D is going to win on Sunday.
I know. He's just trying to convince himself, guys. This is just like the game. You guys don't peep game. This is exactly what he did with Santana ahead of Slammiversary.
Yeah, remember when he said he was going to quit the TNA post show and then
like I don't know why I even take him seriously anymore. He's saying it to pop himself. I don't know why y'all taking him seriously.
Well, we did a bet. He's got to wear tape on his glasses like the Dudleys if the Hardys win. And we didn't fully decide what I got to do if the Dudleys win. Do you have any suggestions on what I need to do here, SP3? I'm willing to like get hit in the face with a pie. I'm willing for content, you know? Joel's lower on the content.
I think you should get dressed as Jeff Hardy.
People keep saying that.
You should come with the pantyhose on your arms. You need to do the face paint where you just rub it on your face. And you need to start the show like this on screen, and it's like, then you hear the writings on the wall, under your skin. I don't know the words. No more words.
All right, so I gotta do full Jeff Hardy cosplay. Yeah.
Full Jeff Hardy cosplay.
All right.
With the entrance at the start of the show. Before we even drop the intro, you have to do the Jeff Hardy.
I don't want to get copyright struck on.
Well, no, we're not going to sing the song. You're just going to do it. You're just going to do it, and then the fans at home will just add the music to themselves.
That's fine. I mean, I just did the dance. Like, I have no problem doing all of that. All right, we can figure. Yeah, Joel can hum the song.
And you have to cut his heel turn promo from TNA.
I don't know that promo.
I think you can look it up. I think you could just Google it and it comes up. When he had that weird immortal title.
Heel turn. Okay. Is it on the cage match or something?
Heel turn promo words.
Heel turn promo. I'll search. Cage Match has like transcripts of promos.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like anybody has this. I'm not transcribing this.
I'll transcribe it. If it's part of a bit. If it's part of a bit, I will transcribe it. The Antichrist of pro wrestling.
I refuse to transcribe this promo. All right, here's some promos on Cage Match. Is it "We Are Immortal, We Live Forever"?
Yes, I think so.
All right, this is Abyss and Hogan talking. Okay, so is it I didn't sell out, I sold in. Popularity. Yeah. That's the promo?
Yes.
All right, it's pretty short. Is it, I mean,
that's why we're doing it in the intro. This is just the intro to the show.
All right. I mean, that's he calls RVD a politician. Okay.
And you can call Joe Pearl. You could call Joe Pearl a politician.
I have a Hardy Boys shirt. I think downstairs. I think in my basement.
Yeah, you're from North Carolina. I thought that was like part of your
citizenship. Yeah, I got like the purple one from way back in the day. Yeah, I gotta see if I still have that. I'll wear that on the show. I'll wear the mesh nonsense. My face painting is legitimately just gonna be like
just
splatter everywhere. There's gonna be no rhyme or reason.
And then have your missus try to do the Hardy's logo, like the line, and then.
Oh boy, it's not gonna look good, folks.
It's gonna be
All right,
great.
I'll go.
I'm ready.
I'll go full Jeff Hardy. I have confidence that the Hardys are gonna win, so I think I'll be okay on this. But I'll go full Jeff Hardy. Now I'm kind of rooting for the Dudleys. Like it's better content if
we
if
need Joel to do it basically the same. He has to come with the glasses. He's got to wear camo, or tie dye, either or. He has to wear camo or tie dye, and he has to cut the ECW Heatwave 1998 promo. But we're gonna do that at the end of the show, so we don't get copyright strike for the cursing.
You gotta talk Joel into the camo or the tie dye. He said he'd do the tape on the glasses. This is still pretty basic level stuff for Joel.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's fair. That's fair. That's not fair, Joel. Like we went very intricate with his. I think it's only fair if you do the same.
See, Joel's gonna be a coward.
I did. Do you think I own camo or tie dye?
Do you think I own mesh pantyhose?
Exactly.
Come on now.
Nope. None of these things that we are asking you to get is ownership, and none of them cost more than $5 at your local dollar store. Stop it.
I gotta go get some like face paint and stuff.
Bitch, you just said you needed money. You doing a show tonight, so stop.
You gotta commit to the bit here.
Exactly.
Come on. All right, I'll go full Jeff Hardy for. I don't know when. It's not gonna be like Monday show, folks. No. I'm not doing it that quickly. You guys got to give me a little bit of time to put it together and build it up a little bit. I can't do Monday show 1 because I'll have Monday show on no sleep. That actually might be hilarious. I'll be Jeff Hardy at Victory Road with my performance. Wouldn't be good.
Oh boy,
would not be good. The Halloween episode makes the most sense to do it. Yeah, the end of the month. Yeah, I'll do it for the what day is the Halloween on this year? Let's see. Halloween is
Friday.
It's on a Friday. Okay, so yeah, we can do that on that Friday. All right. That'd be good. I'll drink some mana at the end of the show as well. We'll have a good time on Halloween Friday with me and potentially dressing up like Jeff Hardy or Joel wearing the. Joel can do the bit on Monday if he's just putting tape on his glasses. He's not
exactly. It's lame. Joel is lame. Joe, this is how you know Joe don't really believe in what he's saying, is because, I'll put tape on my glasses. That's what I'm willing to do. I think Andrew Zarius says I think SP3 should dress up like me. What I would have to wear a black jacket.
You got to really do up your eyebrows.
I have to get my hair. I have to grow my hair because I have to get like to put the grease in my hair, have my hair slicked back a little bit. I have to grow. I'll get what you put on your face to grow your beard a little bit more. I need my beard to be a little bit thicker. So
you got to really do up your eyebrows. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta really do that up. What's the new NBA rule? What happened?
League getting softer, apparently.
Oh, I mean that's probably true, but
yeah, I mean, it's the NBA.
Yeah, where is it? I don't see. I don't see where this is at. You're gonna have to let me know, Jose, what this new NBA.
Andrew says I got a Dominican guy in Corona that can do your hair. I got a Dominican guy in my barbershop. He can do my hair. I only get my hair cut from Dominicans. So they take extra care. Like they go through like the razor and stuff. They do this thing where they like massage your face with this like vibrating thing and stuff. It's so cool. It's like black folks, they just cut my hair and talk shit and talk about basketball. They still hook me up though. What is
the costume contest? What kind of costume contest are we doing? What $5 super chat to enter? Are we doing a chat costume contest? Send in your costumes and the best costume wins. Do we get the panel of 3 to pick the costume here? Explain in more detail, Louis, as I'm for this idea. I'm for like the chat doing a costume contest here, and we'll pick a winner. I don't know, like we don't. Like I'll take the $5 in super chats, but I don't know if anybody needs to pay to enter this costume contest. I don't know what you win if you win the costume contest.
You win the XP one for October.
Oh, we got to figure out. I mean, Alvarez is still $20, so I think we're gonna have to go with a Dijak cameo since Alvarez is he's upped his prices here.
Yeah, he's getting a little still stingy, a little too stingy here,
Yeah, we can't be paying $20 for Brian Alvarez cameo. Sorry,
we're not willing to go to that lengths. No.
The bit part is like it's $10. Okay, that's fine. $20 is absurd. Kidding me? Yeah, we'll do a Dijak cameo. We'll give Brian until like the middle of the month to see if he drops it back down, but otherwise we're gonna go with the Dijak cameo unless there's somebody else that's within the price range for us at $10.
Put the $10 limit and then just look it up on Cameo, see who comes up. I think it might be time for you to spoil Collision on Saturday.
I won't fully spoil it. I'll probably say that for tomorrow, but we do wish Kota Ibushi the best. That's not a spoiler. That is, everyone probably saw that he got injured and he fell off the top rope. It sounds like it was a leg injury. I think I read that it was a femur injury and doesn't sound good. Kota's been battling a lot of injuries over the years, and this is going to be another one, and I don't know when he will be back, but hopefully he's just able to get healthy and live a healthy life. But yeah, it's unfortunate that Kota once again is going to be out with an injury.
Do you think that this is it?
I don't know if it's like fully it, but
this is like Kobe in his final years with Kota Ibushi, like one after another after another to the point where I'm just like, dude, I want you to be able to walk without a wheelchair, and be able to move without a wheelchair in a few years. You might as well just recover. If you're able to step back into the ring, great. But I think for your health, your long-term health, might be best to kind of think about plans for the end.
I mean, he's toned down his style a little bit, but then he also still goes out there and he's got to do Kota Ibushi shit. So
it's got to be Kota Ibushi.
Yeah. So like, I don't think he can just fully tone down his style in that way. I don't know if it's it. He's 43, but these injuries are really, really rough on him. And, neck, arm/shoulder, now leg. There's just been a lot going on with him. And that's tough. It's tough. So I think he'll come back. I think he'll wrestle again. How often? I don't know. Probably not that often. It's not like he was keeping the busiest schedule in the world the past couple of years anyway. But I think that he'll wrestle again. I just don't know like what his actual impact will be. I mean, unfortunately, like his AEW run has been very disappointing, and it's not his fault.
It's been the injuries, really.
Yeah. When he joined, it's like, oh shit, Kota's here. Kota's back with Kenny. Like, think of all the cool stuff they're gonna do. And because of the injuries and everything, like it never got off the ground.
I don't think we've had a 2-on-2 Golden Lovers matchup in AEW yet.
We had one, didn't we? Didn't we have a tag team match on a Dynamite? I'm gonna look it up. I feel like
your memories. It feels like we have not. Yeah, like I don't remember that. That doesn't come to my mind. A 2-on-2 Golden Lovers tag team match.
All right,
it's only been multi-man matches.
Yeah, I think you're actually right. I thought there was a 2-on-2 match, but yeah, it was always they were with Hangman.
Paul White.
Hangman. Yeah, they were Jericho was the other one. Yeah, Paul White. Yeah, you're right. I could have sworn they had at least one, but yeah, they didn't. It was always.
This is why I was excited when he came back this summer, because I was like, maybe we can actually do it. That's what made me predict Okada was going to win the unified title at All In, because I was like, Kenny has stuff that he can do. Kenny still needs to do a run with the Golden Lovers, and we can really rev up this tag team division. But after All In, Kenny took his time off. Kota wasn't here. Then they came back together in the Lights Out Steel Cage matchup. Then we didn't see Kota after that. We had Kenny getting written off by the attack from Kyle Fletcher to set up the Kyle Fletcher and Hangman matchup. Now, Kenny, spoiler alert, might be back sooner rather than later, and now there's no Kota.
Yeah, it sucks because they should have been able to do more, and they haven't because of the injuries. I'm with you. I was really looking forward to, after Kenny lost, I thought we were going to get like a Kenny and Kota run out of this, and it never materialized because of the injuries. And now who knows if it will materialize. Like, I thought we were going to get Kenny and Kota against the Bucks. I mean, I think both of us kind of pitched that for All In or All Out. Sorry, I thought that might be something to go with at All Out, and obviously it didn't happen. And I don't know if it's gonna happen, but best wishes to Kota. Kota at one point was, for me, like in my top 3. Every Kota match was amazing. There was the gravity of a Kota match where, 1, he's really great, but 2, just the chaos in a match where like you just don't know kind of what's gonna happen when he's in the ring. And I love wrestlers like that, where it's not as predictable, where it's like, okay, he might take a bad fall, he might just do something insane that you're just not expecting, but there is no like formula for what Kota is about to do. And I think those are some of the best professional wrestlers. And when he was at his peak in the kind of the pandemic era, he was in my top 3. And
I would say like 2019, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Like, he won the G1 that year, went on to the Tokyo Dome, and like, you want the guarantee to get me to get out of my seat at 3 a.m. in the morning watching a New Japan matchup. When I was like first started watching New Japan, the best ways to do that would be the Okada dropkick, the Ishii no sell after a big suplex, and murder Ibushi. And if you've never seen one of those epic New Japan main events with Kota Ibushi, Murder Ibushi is someone completely different. Kota Ibushi checks all the boxes in regards to, he could do the high flying, he could do more of the hard hitting, high impact matches, he could go more technical. But like, when it comes to flipping a switch and turning up the intensity, I don't think there was anyone like peak Kota Ibushi. He was one of a kind. He was can't miss. Yeah, he put on several different bangers in the Cruiserweight Classic. Hell, Kota Ibushi is the reason why Cedric Alexander spent nearly a decade in WWE. It's because that Kota Ibushi put on arguably the best match of that tournament and made the fans get behind Cedric Alexander to the point he got signed. So Kota Ibushi, man, he's made an impact all over. So hoping he has a speedy recovery, he can step back into the ring. We could finally get a Golden Lovers run in AEW. But most of all, I just want him to be healthy long term. So that's why I'm saying maybe we got to start having the conversation of, should he start thinking about the end of the run if this isn't it?
Yeah. And best wishes to Kota Ibushi. All right, SP3. What time is it?
It is 11:47. Oh yeah, it is the C-suite. The C-suite. It's time for the C-suite. The C-suite. It's time for the C-suite. The C-suite. It's time for the C-suite, where we watch C-level WWE shows in the C-suite. Yeah, WWE LFG Season 2 finale. We started off hot with a rematch from last week's semifinals, since we had our first split vote 2-2 between Harlem Lewis and Drake Monroe. They ran it back this week. This time, the coaches would not be voting on this one. It would be Shawn Michaels would be determining who was the better performer between the two of them. They went out there and they had another really solid matchup. Jake Monroe has really kind of came on late in regards to like improving and stuff. And I see that the person who loves LFG the most might be joining us soon. He came just in time. He heard it was C-suite and he came for it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. I don't have the neck brace anymore. I
That's
feel it
good.
up a little bit.
That's good. Yeah, I noticed that. You can see light as well because
Yeah.
you don't have the sunglasses on.
Well, I've still got this
A little
pulled
shaded,
down because
yeah.
it's a little tough.
Okay.
I just forgot those in the car, honestly. Yeah,
How are you doing?
Well, not watching LFG, so I'm all right. I got to rush more.
You're not all right. You're not watching LFG. What are you doing?
No thanks, man. Like I do admire that they were like, we want to bring Tough Enough back, but we're tired of people voting. We want to do something where we can control things so Daniel Pewter doesn't win.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Josh Bradle doesn't win.
Absolutely. We can't make that mistake. They should have got that heel from that season. I always said that. He was like Austin Theory
Stunner
before
Jones
Austin
over
Theory.
here. Yeah, I mean, you all have my ops on here. I'm surprised you all haven't booked Billy Batty for this show yet. Like,
Well, I mean, we have some standards around here.
Ooh,
We're not going
sheesh.
that far.
I had somebody hit me up. It was the Wrestling Classic the other day. He was like, "You know this guy?" I was like, "I sure do, buddy." And I gave him the lore and sent him the link of Billy Batty asking his kid to look at Omos's dick in the bathroom on a podcast. On a podcast.
Yeah.
And his kid goes, "Dad, that's weird."
Yeah. That's a name I really haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, I know. I miss Omos.
Which is good. Yeah. I mean, well, Omos just did an interview. Good on Omos. Yeah.
I did an interview with him. We were only supposed to get a minute and a half, and he scrolled through his phone for 4 minutes to find a clip of me saying that the Brock match wouldn't be good. I respect it.
Seats, yeah.
I respect it. Listen,
Nice.
it was a good time.
Yeah. I like that.
He's legitimately like a lovely gentleman. Like he's so funny. Very, very charismatic guy. But they have him come out and go all the time. So, well, they don't have him come do anything all the time.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything right now. He was in AAA for one shot and then never returned. And
They're really going to have them win the AAA Tag Team Championships. Omos and Microman.
Somebody's talking about Denise crashing out on a viewer yesterday. I got to find out what happened. I didn't hear.
It says you crashed out on a viewer.
I did.
Come on, you can't steal my gimmick. That's my whole bit here.
Well, occasionally we get people that show up, especially like from Reddit, that think like thought you said that more people were gonna turn down WWE deals, and I was like, they are. What do you mean to say? Like, that doesn't mean that I don't go and report that Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston signed their contracts. Like, I'm not like the bias that you seek from me is not going to exist. I'm sorry. And then he posted a quote that said, Jasmine Nix, Killer Cross, Santos Escobar turned down WWE deals. And I go, yes, that is a fact. Those are facts that I reported and restated. And he goes, well, where's Santos Escobar now? I'm like, the alumni section at WWE.com, dipshit. What do you mean to say? Like, these people are so dumb. Santos ain't leaving. What the hell? What's that got to do with what I said? Oh, my God.
Reading comprehension is very low. Reading understanding is very low. Just any understanding is very low. These people don't care, Sean. They're just gonna say what they want to say and pretend like they're correct and pretend that you're wrong. It's not even pretending that like they're correct. It's pretending that you are wrong.
You're wrong.
Just
that I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm.
Oh, I figured
Denise
Denise's
sent a super chat calling Taylor Swift a cult. On
yeah,
the
I figured Denise's
Yes!
comment was something over Taylor Swift. I got Sean to take down the hoodie right there. He's like, Denise got fired up. He said, he's throwing. Are you taking a stunner here soon? Going punches.
Oh man,
Yeah,
like
that's
Shotzi wants that match, and I'm like, I don't. I was gonna wrestle this year, but like I kept getting hurt. Like I kept getting injured every time I started to train for a match. So I was like, maybe not any for a long time. And then I got asked to do that 2 days before, and I was like, how can I say no? Go figure.
Couldn't turn
I mean,
that
people
one down.
aren't smart, man. Like they're
No.
not at all. I'm gonna go eat my Rushmore now because this depresses me. I'll see you guys later. Go Joe Flacco.
Yeah, sure. Go Joe Flacco. He's still going strong, Joe Flacco.
Still going strong.
He's
Still
like
going
48, so
Still going strong.
still going strong. I mean, he's a starter in the NFL, so technically, I mean, he is
Still going
kind of
strong.
still going strong. Can't believe Sean didn't want to talk about LFG.
Disrespectful. He comes in here, he interrupts LFG review, and then he's talking about, oh, we bring on his ops. He's my op. He doesn't want to acknowledge me. Like, this is ridiculous. But it's all right, Sean. But yes, LFG, Harlem Lewis and Drake Monroe. I believe Drake Monroe won the second matchup, and Harlem Lewis though was chosen to move on to the finals, where he would be going up against Shiloh Hill. It would be Shiloh Hill from Team Undertaker versus Team Booker T's Harlem Lewis for the men, and for the females it would be Michelle McCool's Panina Tilalepa versus the Undertaker's Danny Selesky. So I was just like, all right, from season 1. So the Undertaker won LFG season 1
This rules.
because he had the most points. Not only did he have the most points, he had someone who won the season. So like I thought it was a combination of both that got him the championship. I didn't know that the championship was just determined on the points from the regular season. So the championship is not a championship. This is really the LFG regular season MVP. That's what it is. That's what it is when you really think about it, because the Undertaker did not win season 2 of LFG, but the championship did stay in the house. And I realize now that Michelle and Mark were setting me up for the storyline, for the payoff of the storyline. When I interviewed them earlier this year, they told me they basically did a Jon Moxley promo where he tells you what's going to happen in the match. And they told me that, where Michelle said, I'm trying to bring home that championship to my side of the bed. And that's what happened. Michelle McCool won season 2 of LFG for the Legends.
It rules that Undertaker, both of his people won the contracts. And they're like, nah, Michelle McCool wins Coach of the Year, Coach of the Season, even though you got 2 championships.
He got both. And I love the Undertaker's response when they do his confessional. He's like, why are we not talking about me getting 2 of my people contracts? He was like, I gotta deal with this. I can imagine, because my wife will crap on me for months if she beats me at anything, let alone something that's on national TV. Oh my God, I feel bad for the Undertaker. He got to deal with that every day. Every day he gonna be seeing that LFG title, and she gonna talk shit into him.
I mean, yes, but also this felt like hey, we'll have your 2 people win the contracts, but she gets the title. So, like, you both win, because that's what it's all about, putting over The Undertaker and Michelle McCool here.
That's
not
what
the talent
LFG is just to put over the Taker family.
What's the first part of the LFG? Legends. They are the legends on the show. We worry about the future greats later on. This is about putting over the legends. You said it. You said it yourself, SP3. That was the whole crux of our conversation earlier. Just get the legends and the nostalgia out there.
No, now my question would be in regards to this, because also in season 1, like I said, Undertaker had the most points. One of his people won the championship. He won the championship. Also, we had some changes with the coaches. And if you ask WWE, I think the best thing they could say of if someone asks them, why did you change Mickey James in season 1 and why did Michelle McCool replace her in season 2? Well, you can be like, well, that's just part of the game. Actually, Mickey James had the least amount of points out of the coaches, and she didn't have anyone actually make it to the finals. So that's why we had to remove her for season 1 and bring in a new legend. And if that's the answer, Bubba Ray Dudley, get the fuck up out of here. I mean, he was a loser. He didn't have nobody in the finals. He had the least amount of points. Get his grandpa bitter self out of here. I don't want to see him push any black people for some tables. Get the hell up out of here. But the finals matchup, you had Danny and Panina. This was mostly an even matchup, but you do see a little bit more of the greenness in P Nasty in comparison to Danny. I was surprised though, because P Nasty has dominated this season in regards to the women. I was very surprised that Danny Seletsky won the contract. Because I thought that Danny had a better season than season 1. She showed more intensity, more aggression in the ring. She showed that fire that you need. But I don't think that it overcomes the fact that P Nasty has outperformed her for the last 8 weeks going into the finals. So, but that tells you the final matchup really counts for something because they felt like Danny was better there. So she got the contract from Shawn Michaels. And then for the men, Shiloh Hill, Harlem Lewis, they had a really good match. Really good match. Like, it was one of those LFG matches where you say, okay, that wouldn't look out of place on an episode of NXT, Raw, SmackDown. They really have come into their own. Harlem Lewis, he's got a lot of the things that you probably are going to see on NXT. He's got it all down pat. He just needs the right opportunity. But Shiloh Hill was the obvious favorite going into this one. He made it to last year's final. Last season's final, and he's gotten better. I do love that his theme song is "Feel the Thunder," because his first name is actually Thunder. It hit me like a ton of bricks when I'm watching LFG and I hear his theme song. I'm like, oh, that's funny. His name is Thunder. His name is Thunder Deck, and his theme song is "Feel the Thunder." Why didn't they just give him his real name? His real name is actually better than Shiloh Hill. But anyway, but Shiloh won. Shiloh got the contract. He's going to NXT. Danny Seletsky's going to NXT. That is LFG Season 2. See you all in December for Season 3.
Is it really? Is it already coming back for season 3?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. I'm just going by last year.
I assume it was like you would have sold me on that.
So, do you like the choices that they made for the winners?
I like Shiloh Hill, but I don't know if like what's gonna happen with these people. I mean, Jasper Troy came in and kind of got off to a hot start and then hasn't been around for months. Tyra May Steele, they didn't use forever, did the one thing with Tavion Heights, and now she hasn't been around. So is this actually going to lead to anything for them? I don't know. And I don't think it will. I think Shiloh Hill's a fine choice. And Danny Seletsky, I didn't see enough of her with this, so I'm not going to pretend like I followed her entire journey. I don't know what to expect from her, but I don't know what to expect from either of them. I don't know if any of them are going to get used based on the first season. So we'll see.
I think Shiloh Hill has a shot because of the Undertaker, mostly because the Undertaker is going to be rooting for him and going to be pushing him hard. He's kind of going to groomed him into being like the prototypical what Undertaker would want out of your like big man wrestler.
Yeah, he's charismatic as well, and
yeah,
I think he can find a spot. But again, how many opportunities is he going to get right off the bat, or is it going to take him a while?
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see what happens, but I'm looking forward to what they do with Shiloh Hill, Thunder Hill, as we're calling him in the chat. And Danny Seletsky, I'm sorry. I just think that she looks way too much like every blonde female wrestler in the PC that I think that you should have went with P Nasty. P Nasty's giving you something totally different. She's giving you something totally different from other Samoan background female wrestlers. Like, she doesn't look like Tamina. She doesn't look like Nia Jax. Like, I think that she gives something totally different. She's kind of has that. She's a female Samoan wrestler that has like the edge of day one-ish Usos.
Okay. I mean, I was impressed by her. Again, she's someone who can cut a promo, which I think is good. I think they'll put her in Evolve because she's got she's already got the name. She's got the PJ Vasa name. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that she'll end up in Evolve, and we'll see from there.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put Xena Sterling in Evolve because it wouldn't make sense for her to do another season of LFG, especially if she's gonna lose again. Like, no. Yeah. And then WWE Evolve. It was the go home show before the biggest show of the month. Bump Wrestle Dream, Bump Crown Jewel, Bump King of Pro Wrestling, and Bound for Glory. It's Evolve Secession. And I'm no joking aside, we got probably the best angle of Evolve since the revival, which was the announcement and the reveal of who would Jackson Drake's opponent be for Secession next week, because Bryce Donovan attacked Keanu Carver after he beat Brooks Jensen to become number one contender last week. Keanu Carver has been medically disqualified and he's been removed. Sean Legacy came out for the contract signing, and we all thought that he was going to be it because they've kind of been building him up to be a number one contender. But he got attacked from behind from the EOE, Idris Enofe. Idris is still here, even though he got his spot on the unemployment line. He's still here, showing up, jumping Sean Legacy, and then that brought Bryce Donovan, who was listening to them go on and on Vanity Project. Jackson Drake was bigging up everybody in Vanity Project, Zeta Steel, Swipe Right, and himself. He totally left Bryce Donovan out of it. Yes.
Oh, I was gonna jump in. Sorry to cut off your main event segment, but you mentioned Zeta Steel, and I have breaking news from Zeta Steel, who says, "I've decided not to renew my WWE ID contract. I'm incredibly grateful for all the knowledge, experience, and opportunities I've gained along the way. But at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for me. I'm only 21 and have already done so much. I'm just getting started. Thank you." So you mentioned Idris, who is no longer with WWE, appearing on this show. I don't know what the future holds for Zeta Steel, who is no longer under a WWE ID deal, or at least won't be whenever the deal expires.
Yeah, I can see her like saying that and then signing an actual WWE contract, because despite being 21 years old, she has all the potential in the world to be like one of your main acts on an NXT style. And I've been surprised that she hasn't been included in the Evolve talent that have gotten a look on NXT. So I mean, that kind of makes me feel like that explains like her booking, because I felt like they haven't booked her as strong as I thought they would when they originally started Evolve, because she was the first WWE ID signing. I thought that she would get a prominent push, and of course she is a part of the biggest faction in Evolve with the Vanity Project and gets featured mostly every week. But I think she's only had like one win on Evolve out of like 8 different matches. Like, they don't push her like she's one of the top women on the show.
There you go. I thought I'd jump in there with some breaking news from Zeta Steel.
I gotta agree with the chat. The ID program,
that thing sucks.
Kind of trash.
That don't elevate anybody.
That don't elevate nobody. Like, what is this for? This feels like this is gonna go down with like NXT Europe. And
what is it like really accomplished? They got 2 champions. One had to immediately vacate the title because she got pregnant, and the second one, he's finally defending it. He won this thing in August. He's just now about to defend it. No one, like, the shows didn't get any buzz of all the tournaments, and they did it over SummerSlam weekend. they
those
have
indie
evolved.
shows feel fucking dead. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I've watched both of those shows, and both shows felt like I was watching a pandemic show.
Yeah, yeah. There was no buzz for any of it. And they have evolved as well. So they're not even like independent talent out there wrestling on indie shows. They're on Evolve every week. They should just be Evolve talent and just build them up through Evolve. But then they have Evolve championships, which are different from the ID championships. And it's just, yeah, it's been a year since this WWE ID program was announced. It was announced last October. And I don't know of like anything that's actually come of it. Like no one's like been signed or whatever. No, they haven't added anybody to it since the initial wave of talent. Like they did the big kind of rollout where
they haven't added more like schools or promotions to the thing. They've actually cut them because of the whole Roger Jackson thing.
Yeah. Like there's been just nothing. There's been no traction with it. Like the WWE ID socials, they tried to sell they tried to sell of like, hey, this is like a promotion. WWE ID is like a promotion because they're gonna go to different independent promotions, and their record's gonna count, and they're gonna face other ID talent. They're gonna build stories through there, and they're gonna do videos on the social media, and like they just haven't done anything. There was the initial.
They've done those videos on social media, but none of them are interesting, so I stopped watching.
Yeah, there was the initial like buzz and stuff, and then it was done after that. Like again, and the fact that they haven't added anybody after the first wave of talent where they announced like, it was like 15, 20 people after the first couple of weeks, and they were doing it at the indie shows. It's like, oh, this person got ID'd at this indie show, and just nothing ever since then. Absolutely.
Didn't Ice Williams just recently drop out of it too?
That was the report. I don't know if that like got fully confirmed. I think Aaron Rourke was confirmed.
He was just featured on last night's show against High Rise. So, hey, here we are. But yeah, that was the angle was completed with the contract signing with Bryce Donovan after being kind of shunned again by Jackson Drake. He basically cut probably his best promo to date, probably his second only promo on Evolve, but he cut a hell of a promo basically telling Jackson Drake off, saying that he is sick of the Vanity Project, that they're the most narcissistic, cocky people, worst people that he's ever been associated with. So he is going to be the man who takes this contract, signs his name on the dotted line, and wins the WWE Evolve Championship from Jackson Drake and takes down the Vanity Project. He then got the better of Vanity Project, took out Swipe Right, then he chokeslammed Jackson Drake through the table, and he signed the contract. So former Vanity Project member, the Fixer, Bryce Donovan will challenge Jackson Drake next week on Evolve. From the crowd reaction, the performance of everybody, I felt like this was the best angle that they've done so far on Evolve, and it paid off the story they've been telling over the last couple of months with Jackson Drake kind of shunning and shading up Bryce Donovan all these weeks, and finally Bryce had enough of it. It was kind of like a fast food version of Batista leaving the Evolution. Then you had Callie Armstrong and Kendall Gray. They had a face-to-face meeting. I thought both ladies handled the promos very well. Callie Armstrong, she just has so much like confidence in everything she's saying, and she has an edge to everything that she says, and it hits a little bit more. I thought Kendall Gray was good here as well, so a good little promo exchange. Both ladies are technically baby faces, so there wasn't any like brawling or anything like that. Like I said, you had High Rise. They were back on the show. Remember, guys, going along to your Joel was wrong lore. Remember, High Rise was the team that Joel Pearl said would win the NXT Tag Team Championships like 6 months ago. They're on Evolve. They went up against against Marcus Mathers and Aaron Rourke. I believe they got the win with Wesley in their corner. And then finally, of course, the most important matchup on the show. Wendy Chu went one-on-one with George BBW Bush, with Donald Rump, with JD. She can't fit in her pants. Nikita Lyons. She went one-on-one with Wendy Chu. They had a competitive matchup here with Nikita picking up.
Did you say JD? She can't fit in her pants.
Had to come up with one off the top of the dome. That's the best I can come up with. I'm sorry. That was the C-suite, by the way.
All right, sure. Okay. And Nikita Lyons and the Vanity Project over.
Oh, that's perfect! It's over. That's the same thought I had. That's a perfect person to replace her. Perfect person.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and Dante Chin picked up a win over It's Gall.
How much longer is Evolve gonna last?
It's probably gonna go the way of WWE ID, and it's probably only gonna last until all the WWE ID people are around for a little bit, I guess. Oh, actually, Wendy Chu got the win over Nikita Lyons. Nikita Lyons won because she came out. She was on TV this week, so she's winning. That's why I thought she won. It was Wendy Chu that picked up the win.
I just can't see Evolve lasting.
No, me either. This is not conducive.
I mean, I don't know what kind of numbers Tubi gets. Like, maybe it's one of the highest viewed shows on Tubi. I don't know, but
it's the highest viewed. It's actually the highest viewed show by me on Tubi.
Like, I don't know what kind of numbers it gets. Maybe it's worthwhile. I mean, it's easy content to film in the sense of they do it all at the PC. They got everything there anyway. It's not like it's traveling, but you still got to like pay these wrestlers whatever peanuts you're paying them.
I got a hot take. It will make it to the 1 year anniversary, March 2026.
Is that when it?
No, I don't know about that's it, but I know it's gonna make it that far.
Okay.
Make it to the 1 year anniversary.
Okay. I don't know if Evolve is long for this world, folks. Sorry.
Don't worry, folks. We're gonna get Dante Chin getting the win at Secession 2 in March of 2026, the 1 year anniversary of Evolve. It's gonna be Dante Chin winning the Evolve Men's Championship.
That'll put butts in the seats. That'll put butts in the seats. We had a super chat earlier from Ryan, another great Lambert. Evil stack pins the entire New Japan roster, wins the title. Factual. SP3, what did we accomplish today on this show?
We accomplished. You be doing like it's so big. It's like, dude. Dante Chin featured WWE champion, folks.
I think we accomplished that everybody's going strong, including SP3.
Still going strong.
We're going strong, folks. Let everybody know where they can find you at SP3.
You can find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. I will be live in about 50 minutes with Maggie, of course, of Fightful Overbooked, coexisting with Rob and Maggie. She'll be joining me to preview WWE Crown Jewel this Saturday. We'll be breaking down the card, giving our predictions. So join us live for that. Give your predictions in the chat and be a part of the conversation. Me and Joel will be live tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time for the TNA Bound for Glory preview on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Saturday, we'll be doing a review for Crown Jewel. And then on Sunday, we got the True Heel Heat flagship podcast on Sunday because WWE wanted to take over Saturday morning. Bastards. So we're doing Sunday morning. Will be myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and Top Guy JJ. So join us for that. And of course, I'll be back here next Tuesday to not talk about wrestling.
Folks, we'll be back tomorrow. Myself and Joel. He's going to make me talk about TNA. That's very unfortunate. Myself and Jensen will be back later on this evening, 6:30 with the Spotlight. And until then, I'll go watch our interview with... We got to shut down the C-suite. We gotta put the C-suite under construction.
I'm sorry. Dante Chen doing that pose pops me every time. And when I get in my head, I have to do the same thing.
We will be reviewing SmackDown tomorrow. So if you've not seen SmackDown in the morning, I don't watch our show because we're reviewing SmackDown and I'm spoiling Collision. So just letting everybody know right off the bat. Reviewing SmackDown, spoiling Collision tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. SP3, enjoy your day. Thanks everybody for hanging out. All right, I'll do it with you. All right. The dumbest thing ever. Absolutely dumb. All right, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care, everyone.